Welcome. So this is a 90-minute journey into power class, but before we get going too far, hey Jonathan, before we get going too much, just sit up really tall for now and listen up, and you can start breathing deeply. So for those of you who are joining in our training today, we were talking about this concept of the entelechy. It's E-N-T-E-L-L-E-C-H-Y, entelechy. It's a Greek word. And what entelechy means is the wisdom or the blueprint of what your potential is that is within you. So Albina made the point, like in an acorn, it's just a little thing, right? Almost unnoticeable. But within each acorn is a blueprint for a live oak tree, a huge, beautiful live oak. And then the question is that acorn going to realize live oak or not? Right? And within each caterpillars are kind of fuzzy, little weird looking, kind of gross looking things, right? But within each caterpillar, it has the entelechy of butterfly. Sometimes really beautiful, exquisite butterflies. And then the question is the caterpillar going to realize the butterfly? But within each of us too, is who we have the potential to become. Far greater than we could imagine. And then the question for each of us is, will we realize that potential? The practice of yoga is the process of realizing the potential that's within you. To draw on our entelechy. And so what this practice is, if we use it intentionally, is opening up to this wisdom that's already inside of us. We don't have to seek it from the outside. It's right here, right now. So sit up really tall, like you're already starting to embody what's possible within you. Exhale everything out. Take a big breath in, fill up. Exhale, squeeze everything out. Come into child's pose. That's toes together, knees out wide. We kind of start like a child, right? Limitless potential. That's what the embodiment of child's pose is. Exhale everything out and press down through your shins and your toenails. Inhale, draw breath through your core into your hips and feel your hips expand with your breath. Exhale, rinse everything out. You can come onto your fingertips if you want. You can rock from side to side, waking up the wisdom of your body. Take a long, slow breath in. And a big rinse out. You can roll your forehead from side to side. Inhale, let your ribs grow wide. Exhale, open your mouth, let it out. Come into downward facing dog. Curl your toes under, lift your hips up and back. Relax your neck. And you can pedal your knees right and left, right and left. You're waking up your body. Fan your fingers out really wide and then press your thumbs down into the earth a little bit more. If you're not going to kick over something, inhale and raise your right leg up behind you. And then bend your knees, stack your hips. Sometimes you can stay there. Sometimes what feels good to me is to kind of slide my right hand back further and then kind of twist underneath a little bit. Yeah. Oh. And then release that joy, straighten your leg, bring it back down. Switch legs. Inhale, bring your left leg up. Bend your knee and stack your hips one on top of the other. Relax your neck and let your head drizzle down toward the earth. And straighten that leg out. Inhale, lift the leg. Exhale, lower it. Inhale, look to the front of your mat. And your exhale, walk forward. Little baby steps. When you get forward, inhale and halfway lift. Pull your heart forward. Exhale, forward fold. Ragdoll, separate your feet at least hip width apart, maybe wider, and then bend your knees a lot. Yes. And then if you want, you can clasp opposite arms and sway from side to side. You could interlace your fingers at the base of your skull if that feels good. Inhale and lift your toes, lift your low belly all the way up to the sky and spread your sitting bones wide. Exhale, bow forward more. Relax your arms. Exhale, forward fold. Press into your feet. Inhale and roll up toward the sky. Bring your upper body up, and then with your last sip of air, reach your fingertips through the ceiling, pull belly in, send your tailbone toward your heels. Good job, Albina. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Soft bow of your head. One Om together. An Om is the sound of creation, but it also can be the sound of waking up your entelechy. Exhale everything out. Big inhale for Om. Big breath in. Rinse it out. And let's party. Sun A. Inhale, reach up. Belly to the spine. Exhale, forward fold. Relax your neck right away. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, step back to high plank. Modified Chaturanga, place your knees on the ground. Inhale, come forward. And then exhale, slowly lower all the way to the ground. As you're going down, pull your shoulders away from your ears and toward the sky. Point your toes. Low cobra, slide your hands forward of your shoulders. Inhale and pull your heart along the mat and a little bit up. Press your pinky toenails down. Exhale, come down with your upper body, down dog. Pull your belly in and go back. Ujjayi breath. That's the breath of victory. There's a slight constriction at the base of your throat. So just enough so that you can hear it. Inhale and feel for length between your fingertips and your hips. Get longer. Exhale, reach your heels dynamically toward the mat as if they're yearning to touch it. You can bend your knees right and left if it feels good. You can sway your hips from side to side. Inhale, look to the front of your mat, bend your knees low. Walk to the front of your mat on your exhale. When you get forward, inhale, halfway lift. Draw the front of your body long. Exhale, bow forward, relax your neck. Inhale, reach to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Draw your shoulders away from your ears. Exhale, high to low plank. It can be with knees down or up. Inhale, cobra, low cobra, maybe up dog. Pull your heart through, bend your elbows. Down dog. Belly back first, head back last. In down dog, make your feet at 12 o'clock so that the sides of your feet are parallel to the sides of the mat. Active feet, spread your toes, and imagine you're pulling the mat in half with your feet. Inhale, look to the front of your mat, bend your knees. Exhale, float or walk to where you're looking. Halfway lift, breathe in, lift your toes. Good job, Angela. Exhale, forward fold. Rise and shine, go up. Root down through your feet, lift up through your heart. Exhale, forward fold. Long, flat spine, breathe in. Chaturanga, go back. Try not to jump on your dog if he decided to post up on your mat. Up dog or cobra. Inner thighs rotate to the sky and up dog. Down dog. In this down dog, bend your elbows out to the right and left about 1/4 inch. Then send your elbows down toward the earth about 1/4 inch. And then squeeze your inner elbows in 1/4 inch. Feel how much space you've made around your head and neck. Now release your head and neck even more. Inhale, look forward to the front of your mat. Exhale, walk, step, or float. Halfway lift, breathe in. Fold, breathe out. Rise up, breathe in. Land your hands at your heart, breathe out. Sun Salutation B, chair pose, bend your knees. Sweep your heart forward and up as you send your hips down and back. Imagine like you're sitting in a little teeny tiny kindergarten chair. Sit a little lower. Put some more weight into your heels. Send your arm bones back in line with your ears. Yes. Inhale, sit between 2 and 17 inches lower. Go ahead. Good choice. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift, breathe in. Inner thighs back. Chaturanga, high to low. If you jump back, land with your elbows bent already. Up dog or cobra, pull your heart through. Down dog. Warrior one, right side. Step your right foot between your hands. Spin your back heel down to the mat. Inhale and rise up. Stay for the exhale. Draw your right ribs, right hip back. Inhale, lift up from behind your heart and in your fingertips. Exhale, hands to the mat. Step back, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Down dog. Left side, warrior one. Plant your left foot firmly. Spin your back heel down. Inhale, rise up. Stay for the exhale. Exhale, draw left side low belly in and draw your right ribs, right hip forward. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, chaturanga. Plant your hands and step back high to low. Knees can always be down. Up dog. Pull your heart through. Press your pinky toenails down. Down dog. So clean up your down dog. Hug your front ribs into your body and expand your back body to the ceiling. Ujjayi breath. Make your breath smooth. Inhale, look forward of your hands about 12 inches. Bend your knees. Exhale, if you hop forward, send your hips high like a rainbow. Come forward. Halfway lift. That was nice, Alyssa. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees, inhale, chair. Utkatasana. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, chaturanga dandasana. Elbows go straight back in chaturanga, right back behind you. Up dog or cobra. A little bend in your elbows, lift your heart. Down dog. Just one breath this time. Right side, warrior one. Plant your right foot between your hands. Inhale and rise up. Exhale, chaturanga. Hands to the earth. Step back, lower down. Up dog or cobra. Lift your heart. Down dog. Step your left foot between your hands. And like a warrior, rise high. Chaturanga, you flow. High to low. You go. Up dog. Crown of your head through the ceiling, up to the sky. Down dog. Ujjayi. Find one spot at the back of your mat that's not moving. or maybe up into your thighs. That can be your drishti. That's where you focus. You're waking up your potential right here. Your body's potential, your breath's potential. Inhale, look forward, bend your knees. Walk, step, or float. Half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair, like you're throwing confetti in the air, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Long spine, breathe in. Chaturanga, you go. And you flow. Up dog or cobra. Down dog. Warrior one, right side. Plant your right foot, spin the back heel to the earth. Inhale, rise up. Outer left foot to the earth. Chaturanga, go. High to low. Up dog. And down dog. Left side, warrior one. Plant your foot firmly. Inhale and rise high. Left ribs back. Chaturanga, low, high to low. Fluid and smooth with your breath. Up dog. Down dog. If down dog is too easy and you're just like hanging out, you could do turbo dog by lowering your elbows until they're about 2 inches off the ground, hovering, and squeeze your inner arms in like you're squeezing a beach ball. And that will suddenly get really exciting. Angela, spread your hand bones down into the mat and flatten them. Yeah. Okay, down dog. Inhale, look forward, bend your knees. Exhale, walk, step, or float like a butterfly. Nice, Ashley, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Utkatasana, chair. Lean into your heels, lift your heart. Exhale, bow forward. Long spine, breathe in. Chaturanga, go back. Up dog or cobra. Bend your elbows a little more, Claire. Yes, down dog. That way you can pull your heart through. Warrior one, right side. And you go up and flow high to low. Exhale everything out as you go down. Breathe in, back of your neck long and up dog. Down dog. Left side, warrior one. Plant both feet and from roots rise. Breathe in. Chaturanga, low, high to low. Up dog or cobra. Down dog. Maybe turbo dog. Maybe. Wherever you are, lift your collarbones to the sky and send your arm bones down toward the earth. Inhale, look forward, bend your knees. Walk, step, or float. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold, relax your neck. Inhale, chair, Utkatasana. Exhale, bow forward. Flat back, breathe in. Chaturanga, go back. Up dog, lift your heart high. Down dog, go back. Listen for the changes. Inhale, raise your right leg behind you. Exhale, bring your knee to your nose and round your spine. Inhale, go up and back. Exhale, right knee, right arm. Touch your right knee to your right arm if you can. Inhale, go up and back. Exhale, right knee, left arm. Oh. Inhale, go up and back. Bend your knees, stack your hips. You can stay right here, or if you're feeling more open, you flip your dog. Your foot goes all the way over the other side and reset your feet so that the feet are at 12 o'clock. Lift your heart. And then externally rotate your bottom arm. Yes, so you're opening your heart. And then cactus arm in your top arm. Squeeze your right elbow into your right ribs like you're going to hold a newspaper under your right rib cage. Tweeze your shoulder blades onto your spine. Open your heart. Some of you can even maybe take this to wheel. There you go. Beautiful. High plank. Side plank. Right hand under your right shoulder, or if you're having a tweaky right wrist or something, you can be on your right forearm, left arm to the sky. And stack your hips. So if you want more support, you could step your top leg over like Albina's doing, and then press down into both legs. If you want a little more action, catch a hold of your top shin or bring it into tree, or your big toe and raise it to the sky. Yeah, why not? And then if you're really feeling special, you can take your bottom eye and look at your top toe and see what happens. Shoulders to your spine, Ashley. Yo, and down you go. Okay, Chaturanga. High to low push-up. You can skip Chaturanga if you want. Up dog or cobra. Down dog. Step your right foot right between your hands for Crescent Warrior. Bring your back heel high. And then everyone, take your two hands and place them right at the very tops of your hip points. Maybe Albina, you can show them where those are. And then pull your low belly in, lift those hip points to the sky, like you're pulling them up. Send your tailbone to the earth. Yes. Inhale, reach your arms up. Hands to your heart, twisting warrior, left elbow, right knee. You can have your back knee down, that's a great modification. Or if your back leg is up, really lift up your back heel so that your heel is moving forward and up. Janet, lift your left hip higher. And everyone, send your right sitting bone down and straight back toward your back heel. Yes. Press into both hands. Inhale, unfurl the front of your body. Get longer in the front of your body. Exhale, turn your heart open. Inhale to Crescent Warrior. Come on out. Squeeze your inner thighs and low belly for support. Exhale, open up Warrior Two. Step your left foot back and open up into Warrior Two stance so that your hips are facing the long edge of your mat. Extended side angle. Right forearm to your thigh. And then in this extended side angle, left hand straight up to the earth. So instead of alongside your ear, just straight up. It's more of a heart opener. Everyone, bend your knee to 90 degrees. That might mean you bend it a little more and plug down into your heel. Press down into your bottom arm. Inhale and lift your rib cage up. Exhale, pull belly in and send both sitting bones to your back heel. Plug into your back heel. If you want a little more, you can bring your right hand to a block or the earth. If you wanted a half bind or a bind, you could do that. Claire, slide your right ribs further away from your right hip. Yeah, instead of curving them up like you just did, shorten your top ribs. So make left, yeah, and then lengthen your bottom. Yes, like that. Feel how that feels. Chaturanga, hands to the mat, step back, lower down. Up dog or cobra. Down dog. It's getting serious now. Albina had to take her sweater off. That means she's sweaty. Inhale, raise your left leg up to the sky. Exhale, knee to nose. Round your spine. Actually touch your knee and your nose if you can. Inhale, go up and back. Exhale, left knee to left upper arm. Get some deodorant on your knee. Yes. Inhale, go up. Exhale, other side. Cross your body, touch your upper tricep if you can. Inhale, go up and back. Exhale, bend your knees, stack your hips. And you stay here or you just flip your dog. You decide. Yeah, why not? It's Saturday and you're alive. Why not flip your dog? So bring your knees over your heels, plug into your inner feet, open your heart up. And maybe even look back. Yes. Nice. Okay, come back over. That's the challenging part for me. high plank, or high plank and then side plank. Left hand down, right arm up. Albina's taking the modification. She stepped her top foot over. You can also have your bottom leg down. If your legs are stacked, spin your thighs in, draw your left hip back under your right hip and lift both hips to the sky. You can take your foot into tree, you can hold your shin, you can catch your foot and rise up, yes. Stacy, tuck your tailbone toward your heels and flex your toes. There you go. Yeah. Chaturanga, you go. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Crescent Warrior left side. Step your left foot firmly between your hands. Inhale and rise up. So do that little hip point adjustment. You don't have to physically do it with your hands, but as if your hands were or lifting your front of your hip points to the sky. Tuck your tailbone down. Twisting Warrior. Inhale, hands to your heart and lift your heart to your hands. Exhale, twist. So in twists, the first action is extension. Inhale and extend your spine and the front of your body long. Then rotation. Press down into your arms. Turn at your chest. Turn at your abdominal line. Hug your inner thighs in for support and low belly. Inhale, lift up your heart more. Exhale, ease your shoulders down your back. Inhale up into Crescent Warrior. Open up, Warrior 2. Extended side angle, left forearm to your thigh, right about the middle of your thigh, and then right hand to the sky. Bend your top elbow just a little and imagine that someone were pressing lovingly into your right hand. Dial your right ribs back as you spin your left ribs forward. Turn the barrel of your chest up toward the sky. If you want to go a little deeper, left hand can be on the mat. You could do a half bind. Not because you have to, because it feels good and you're playing with, okay, what is my body capable of today? And then wherever you get to, enjoy it. Release. Chaturanga. You go. With fluidity. Up dog. Down dog. Ujjayi. Take a long, slow breath in. Open your mouth, let out a sound. Inhale, look to the front of your mat, bend your knees. Exhale, walk, step, or float. Halfway up, long spine, lift your toes, inner thighs back. Exhale, bow. Utkatasana, chair pose. Twisting chair, hands to your heart, and left elbow, right knee. It's also called Thunderbolt prayer twist. Check and see if your left knee went way forward, and if it did, draw your left hip and left knee back. And now anchor down into your heels, sit lower. This is a twist, so extension. Inhale, draw the top of your heart up. You could even take your bottom hand and place it right at the top of your heart, like flat on your heart. And then lift your heart up into your hand. That gets extension. Now twist. Inhale back to center, chair pose. Belly in. Other side twist. There you go. If you want, you can take your bottom arm, that's your right arm, and you can keep your elbow on your thigh and take your hand at the top of your chest and lift your chest up into your hand. That gets you extension. Then rotation. Full belly in. And release. Forward fold. Separate your feet hip width apart for Padangusthasana, or fingers to big toe pose. So it might even be wider than your hips. Err on the side of being a little wider, that gives you more stability. And then take your first two fingers and wrap up your big toes. Inhale, lengthen your heart and the crown of your head down toward your toes. Exhale, pull with your arms. Send your elbows out to the right and left. Janet, relax your neck even more. There you go. So even though you're pulling with your arms, your toes are pushing down. Jacqueline, send your shoulders away from your ears. Cindy too. Yeah, toward your hips. Yes. Yes, that's it. Release. Padahastasana. You're going to stand on your hands now. Slide your hands, toes to the wrists, underneath your legs, underneath your feet, sorry. And then you can bend your knees a lot to get your toes all the way to your wrists. Same action, pull up, let your elbows go wide, turn your biceps on. Alyssa, send your shoulders away from your ears just a little. Yes, like that. And then if it feels good, you can kind of thrum your toes onto your wrists as you're pulling up with your hands to just decompress your wrists from all the pushing. Lift your tailbone and low belly high and spread your sitting bones wide. Breathe in. Exhale, fold deeper. Okay, Malasana. Unwind your hands, walk your feet as wide as the mat, and sit between your heels with your butt off the ground if you can. Heels can be up or down. Squat low, lift your heart high, and then squeeze your legs onto your arms. It's kind of a heart opening pose. Keep your heart forward and up. If you're feeling like you're falling over backwards, you can send your arms out in front of you, palms up. You can stay in Malasana or Bakasana, crow pose. Crow pose, toes go together, knees go out wide, and then place your shins, inner shins, to your upper arms as close to the armpits as possible. Lift your belly a lot, lift your heels a lot, and maybe lift your toes. One or both sets of toes. There you go. If you're feeling really advanced today, you can bring your top of your head to the ground and maybe come into tripod headstand, or just keep your crow with your head on the ground. And from this pose, tripods come down. Chaturanga, you could shoot back, Lori. Shoot. Oh, yes. Up dog or cobra. You can skip this part. Down dog. Oh, what a joy it is to be alive and be in my body. Big breath in. Open your mouth really wide, let it out. Inhale, look to the front of your mat, bend your knees low. Walk, step, or float to the front. Halfway up, long spine. Exhale, fold. Utkatasana, also known as chair pose. Straighten your legs, bring your hands to your heart, Tadasana. And then release your arms. So now that you've been moving, feel how more open you feel, how much more connected to your body you feel. Eagle pose. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, wrap your right arm under your left and your right leg over your left. Braid up your elbows. If you can braid up your wrists, do that. Braid up your thighs, and maybe your foot goes behind your calf. And if it doesn't today, think, in my entelechy, I'm already doing it. You just keep going in that direction. Pull your elbows down. Inhale and lift the back of your heart and the front of your heart up. Exhale, draw your right side low belly in and sit a little lower. Energetically, imagine that you're sliding your standing heel forward, and that will bring more weight into your heel and stack up your bones even more. Release all that joy. Inhale, unwind your arms and legs. Open your eagle wings. Left arm under, left leg over. Braid it all up. Sit down into your eagle's nest. Get your ujjayi breath going. Make the back of your neck nice and long. Sit another inch lower if it feels okay. Good job, all of you. Inhale, unwind it all. Reach up and then go to the first side again. Right arm under, right leg over. This is a double eagle moment. And even though you're squeezing everything in on the front side of your body, wrapping everything in, feel the breath now open in the back of your heart, back of your hips. Soak breath into the back of your heart, into the back of your hips. Janet, come a little bit more upright in your spine if you can. Yeah. Okay, unwind all that joy. Come on out. Left arm under, left leg over, wrap it all up. Garuda Asana. The eagle pose. The eagle can see the big picture, right? Because it soars high above and uses the natural forces of the wind to let it be easy to glide. Can you take an easy breath in now? Release all that. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Let's dance. Dancer's pose, Natarajasana. Pick up your right foot from the inside, left arm up. Inhale, reach your left arm to the sky. Exhale, press your foot into your hands to open up into, it looks kind of like a bow, but you're dancing. Plug down into your standing foot strongly for stability. Spread your toes of your back foot. Albina, start to wrap your outer left hip down to the ground. Everybody else, outer right hip. There you go. Lift your heart up. Sometimes you fall. Inhale, come on up. Exhale, release. If you fall, you get the privilege of getting back up. The people who didn't fall don't have that privilege. Inhale, reach your right arm up. Exhale, press your left foot back. Kitsen, begin to roll your outer left hip down toward the earth and draw your right ribs back. So you might have to start from your inner standing foot, draw everything into the midline for support. Then from your midline, radiate out in every direction. Inhale, slowly come up. Exhale, release. First side again. Pick up your right foot from the inside. Inhale, stretch your left arm up. You're plugged in ferociously into your left foot, rooted. And then softly inhale, lift your heart. So you have strength, exhale, go, and ease in the same pose. The strength of your strong leg, foundation. And then ease in your heart. Let your breath be soft. Liz, plug down into the four corners of your standing leg. Inhale, come on up. Exhale, release. Right foot down, pick up your left foot from the inside. Inhale, stretch your right arm up. And exhale, you go. The cosmic dancer, Nataraj. This symbolizes the ability to, even in a challenging moment, even in the middle of the fire, even in the middle of the struggle, you find a way to dance. You think, as you're going through the challenges in your life, you think, fertilizer, all right, to grow later. Inhale, slowly come up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Standing leg raise. Press down into your left foot. Pick up your right shin with your right hand or your right big toe with your right first two fingers. Standing upright like a column. If you're ready, stretch your right leg forward or hold on to your shin. Keep holding onto the shin. That's okay too. If your right leg is forward, draw your right shoulder onto your back. Lift up from behind your heart. Check and see if you're leaning forward or back. Instead of doing that, like a column holding the ceiling higher, lift up. Take a huge breath in. Exhale, send your right leg out to the right. You can have your left hand on your hip or out to the side for balance. You might decide that, hey, I'd rather have my shin right about now. And if you're feeling really open, you can look over your left shoulder and see what's up. Okay, everyone, come back to center. Hands to your hips, straighten and point your toes. It's 11:11. The universe is winking at us right now. So if you want to draw into your entelechy, this is a good time. Point your toes, lift from behind your heart. Keep your leg up even though it's struggling. And now inhale, bend your knee up toward your chest. Exhale, airplane pose, Dekasana. Make a letter T for tremendous. Draw your arm bones onto your back. Roll your thumbs up like little Fonzie thumbs up toward the sky, like a thumbs up. Yes, and then draw your arm bones back. Lift the back of your ears up. Ardha Chandrasana, half moon. Bring your left hand down. It can be on a block. That's a great place for it to be, about 12 inches in front of your pinky toe of the standing foot. And then right arm up. Reach through your heel and flex your toes. Yes. Some of you can take the back bend version by catching your foot and then opening your heart. But if you do, great. And if you don't, still great. Maybe even lean the back of your head back. Oh. And release. Ragdoll. Shake it out. Shake it, don't break it. You can move your booty to the right and to the left. Exhale everything out, forward fold. Inhale, reach up and go up. As you reach up, lengthen your tailbone toward your heels. Exhale, land your hands at your heart. Good news, you have another side. Plant your right foot down, pick up your left shin or your left big toe. And then straighten your leg if you can, if it feels okay. If suddenly it doesn't feel okay, you can always change it back to holding your shin. It's a perfectly good adjustment. Lift up from behind your heart and draw your left shoulder onto your back. Yes. Just when you want to give up, stay for another breath. See what's on the other side of that urge to give up. Take a breath in. Exhale, send your left leg to the left. Right on the other side of that urge to quit something, could be nothing or it could be a breakthrough, but you won't know if you don't stay just past that initial urge to quit. So anytime before you give anything up, stay a little longer just to see what's on the other side of that urge. If you want to look over your shoulder, right shoulder, you could. If you fall, that's great. Come back to center. Everyone, hands to your hips. Straighten and point your toe. Keep your leg lifted high. And it may feel really intense. And let it be intense. Pull your low belly in a lot. Draw your shoulders onto your back. Stay here, breathe. Okay, inhale, now bend your knee. Swing through to airplane and then re-straighten your leg. The reason why we bend the knee before you go to airplane is because there's less strain on your low back. Dekasana. Lift the front of your heart up. Yeah, sometimes it gets into your legs, and that's part of the fun. Can your leg be freaking out and you stay? Can it be challenging and you stay? Find a new way to be with it. Half moon, right arm down. Left hand could be at your hip or your low back or to the sky. Eventually you're stacking your top hip on top of your bottom hip. Reach your heel through your heel, yes. Flex your toes back, yes. Some of you could take a little baby back bend by catching your foot, or maybe a big back bend, and then really lean your head back. Oh, like you're sending it back into a pillow. Ragdoll. Shake it out. I love all the puppies in the background. And then you can make a sound if it helps. Ah. Press into your feet. Inhale and roll all the way up. Go up. Reach up. Exhale, land your hands at your heart. It's time to plant that tree. Shift your weight into your left leg and firmly root it. And then bring your right ankle either at your right foot at your ankle or your calf or your thigh. Plant it against your left foot and draw in toward the midline. That's the trunk of the tree. Draw your shoulders onto your back. Then if you feel centered, from your center radiate out. Arms can go up. Maybe sometimes you can look up and maybe you can look back. If you pull your belly in, you can start to see the ceiling. Tucking your tailbone toward your heel, lift your heart. And release. Other side. Right foot down, left foot up. So there's kind of an order of things. First, you get foundation. Plugging into the earth, pressing down. Then you get belly in, you get center. Hug your center line. Then from rooting to centering to expression. But in that order, you can radiate your arms up and out if it feels good. But from this rooted, centered place, now you express. If it's all expression, you just fall over, right? But if you're rooted and you're centered, then your expression is graceful. I'm not talking about yoga poses anymore. I'm just talking about everything. Okay, release all that joy. Hands to your heart, and then saunter on back to the front of your mat. You can sashay there if you want. Hands to your heart, soft bow of your head. Exhale everything out. And let's flow some more. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Chaturanga, Dandasana, low push-up, the 4-point staff pose. Up dog or cobra. Down dog. Step your right foot between your hands, Crescent Warrior. Inhale, rise up. Open up, Warrior 2. So step back with your left foot. Triangle, Trikonasana. Straighten your front leg. Inhale, reach your fingertips long. And then tilt your hips toward the back. Right arm on your shin, a earth or a block. Left arm to the sky. So Claire, do that same adjustment that you did in extended side angle. We're going to shorten your top ribs a little bit. Everybody can do this. You can shorten your top ribs, hips to armpit, just a little, so that your bottom ribs can lengthen. And now eventually, both sides of the body are equal in length. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, press down into both feet and tuck your tailbone toward your back heel. Open your heart. Kitson, draw your right shoulder away from your ear and onto your back more. Yes, there you go. Everyone, tiny bend in your front knee. Even though you're pressing your feet down, scissor your inner legs in. Separate leg forward bend. Bring your top arm down and turn your toes over to the left for a wide-legged forward fold. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, bow. Hands can be on the earth, and if they are on the earth, walk them back underneath your elbows. Or they can hold on to the sides of your feet or your big toes. You choose. Whatever you choose, firm legs. Lots of activity in the legs. Bend your knees just a little. Inhale and lift your toes and draw your inner thighs back. Belly in. Exhale, let your upper body be soft. You can lean your torso a little bit toward your toes and feel what happens when you lean a little bit forward and you lean a little back, or you sway from side to side. Feel how that gets into different areas in your hamstrings, your low back. Pyramid pose. Without coming up, walk your hands around to your front foot and step your back foot forward about about a foot and a little bit to the left. Pyramid. Inhale, press into both feet, lengthen your spine. Exhale, bow forward, draw low belly in. You can sway your hips side to side. One thing I learned the other day from my teacher, Robert, was that when you press down into both feet in this pose and kind of separate your inner thighs energetically, that helps your spine release more to the ground because you're turning on glute medius, and then that lets your spine relax. Pyramid pose. Triangle, Trikonasana, Parvrita Trikonasana, twisting triangle. Bring your left hand down and then bring your right thumb to your right hip crease. You can be on hand on a block if the earth seems like a long way away. Draw your right hip back. Lift your left hip up. Yes. Press into both feet. Energetically separate your inner thighs away from one another without actually moving them far apart. Inhale, lengthen the front of your body. Exhale, turn your heart open. First across the chest, then across your navel line. Open your heart. Okay, arms to the earth, Chaturanga. You go. And you flow with grace, with ease. Inhale, upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. You have another side. Step your left foot forward into crescent. Inhale and rise. Open up, warrior two. Triangle. Straighten your front leg. Inhale, reach. Exhale, tilt. So we're really not so much forcing this pose to happen as we are setting the conditions to allow it to happen. Allow our organic rate of opening to happen by putting in the supports for that growth to happen. So you can start in your foundation. Press down into your feet. Then put a little bend in your knee. Hug your heels in energetically. Lift your front thigh muscle. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, open and allow. Enjoy. Enjoy. The universe loves joy. All right, separate leg forward bend. Turn your toes to the right side of your mat for a wide-legged forward fold. If you want, a new arm position. Interlace your fingers at your low back, and you could press palms and let your arms eventually straighten overhead. If that feels crummy, like hurts and no good, don't do it. Or you can do the same arm position. So if it hurt and I suffered the whole time, I just would pick another arm position. The object is to open your body rather than suffer. And there's a way to do that without suffering. Inhale, pull the pit of your belly up and spin your inner thighs back. Exhale, let your upper body be soft like a waterfall. If you've got your fingers interlaced, bring your hands to your hips. Then release your arms to the ground. Pyramid. You can shake your hips right and left if that feels good. Press into your front foot and draw your left hip back. Twisting triangle, Parvrita Trikonasana. You may need to reset your feet and make them a little wider. Bring your right hand to the block or the earth. Albina is using a block. It's just a great way to bring the earth up higher so you don't feel like you're straining so much to experience it. Lori, because you're pretty tall, I would step my back foot back about another half a foot. Yep. Try it that way. And then bring your bottom arm forward just a touch. Try it that way. Now inhale, extend the front of your body. Everybody, pull your front ribs in. Exhale, dial your heart open. Vinyasa, high to low. Move the block and lower down. Up dog or cobra. Down dog. Shauna, love all of your modifications. So good. Big breath in. Open your mouth really wide. Roberta and down dog, make your hands a little wider. Your hands are very narrow right now. I think you might feel more freedom in your shoulders. Inhale to high plank. And then slowly lower all the way to the mat. Left ear on the mat, relax asana. You can have your arms alongside your torso. Wiggle your hips a little. Just take a moment here to savor. Sometimes the best thing that you can do for your own growth is to just draw back a little bit and relax so that you can gather up for what's coming. And what's coming is Locust Pose. Chin on the mat, palms facing down alongside your thighs. You can do the little leg adjustment that we did last week. Pick up your right thigh like 2 inches off the ground, slide your right leg back, turn your inner thigh up and your pinky toe edge down, and then put it back down as you lengthen out. Do the same thing. Inhale, lift your left thigh 2 inches off the ground, stretch it back, and bring the inner thigh up and the pinky toe edge down. Hopefully that creates some space in your low back. Root your hips down. Inhale, float your upper body up, arms up. Then give the thumbs up, and that'll open up your chest. And if you feel okay, lift your legs. If that is tweaky on your low back, then keep your legs rooted. Cindy, lengthen out the back of your neck. Yes. Draw your shoulders to your spine and then breathe into the top of your heart. Kitson, turn your thumbs up just a little. Yes, and see if that opens your heart more. Inner thighs up. Okay, come down, opposite ear on the mat. I think that's your right ear, relax. And you can just kind of wiggle your hips a little. Okay, locust, potentially with a different arm position, chin on the mat. You can interlace your fingers behind your back. If that doesn't feel good, choose the same arm position as before. If you've got your fingers interlaced, you can start to straighten your arms. And then inhale, bring your upper body up. If you can press palms, fantastic. If you can't press palms today, still fantastic. Draw your chin to your chest and lift up the back of your ears and the back of your skull. Feel how that's a little different. Reach back and send your heart and your big toes away from one another. And slowly lower down, release your arms, opposite ear, looking to your opposite shoulder. And you can wiggle your hips side to side, just to release some tension. Dhanurasana, bow pose. Catch your feet from the outside. If it's a struggle to catch your feet, you can do 1 foot at a time. Get your thighs somewhat together to start. Press your feet into your hands, inhale and rise. Use the strength of your legs mostly to drive the pose. Let your upper body kind of be along for the ride. Breathe deep and slow. Feel this big opening at the top of your chest, all those bones and muscles, and breathe right there. Come on down, opposite ear, opposite shoulder, if you want a little wiggle of the hips. Because that's such a fun pose, we should do another one. Bow pose, Dhanurasana. Come on up. Spread your toes really wide. Turn your inner thighs up to the sky. Use the strength of your legs. Breathe into your heart. It's a big heart opener. And release. Come on down, opposite ear to the mat. Little wiggle of your hips. If you want to windshield wiper your legs, you could do that. I personally just like the little wiggle better. Upward facing dog. Pull your heart through. You could also do cobra. Pull with your arms, point your toes, little bends in your elbows, pull your heart forward and up. Drag the earth back with your hands. Down dog. Pull your belly in and go back. Camel pose. Ustrasana. Come onto your shins. And then if it feels good, you can have your mat folded up so that you have padding under your knees. Bring your hands behind your back at your sacrum, top rim of your sacrum. You can either have your whole palm or just your thumbs. Tuck your tailbone down. Root into your shins. Inhale, lift the back of your heart. Exhale, draw your elbows back and your shoulders back. Maybe your head goes back. Or if it's too much strain on your neck, you could just have chin to chest. If your head is back, you can reach your right hand to your right heel, left hand to left heel if that feels okay. Send your hips slightly forward and lift from behind your heart. Good, Albina. Breathe deep and slow into your heart. Slowly come up, head coming up last. Same way you went in. Sit your hips to your heels. Take a big breath in. Take a big breath out. Let's do one more of those. Camel number 2. What? Here we go. To me, this is sort of the peak of the whole practice. Continue to root your shins down and lift from the back and front of your heart. Sometimes I have to open my mouth a little bit in this pose to really let the tension out of the front of my upper chest, jaw, throat. So a slight opening in your mouth could help. Then very slowly come out. Head comes up last. Sit your hips to your heels. Bring one hand over your heart and then the other hand on top of your heart. And close your eyes. Tune into your heart. It's wide open right now. Your entelechy often speaks through your heart. What is it that you desire? What do you feel called to? What's in your heart? It's not always a rational thing. Sometimes it's a visceral feeling, an image that's calling you up to something greater. It's already in you. slide your heels out to the side and lie down on your back for bridge and some wheels. Set up for bridge. Bring your feet in close with your feet flat and your knees facing up. Reach your longest finger and hopefully you can touch your heel. It's that close. Palms up. Press into the earth. Inhale, roll your low back up, your mid back up, and the back of your heart up. Albina is kind of taking the restorative version of this by bringing a block under her sacrum. You could do that or not. Inhale, draw breath into the front, back, and sides of your heart. Exhale, soften around your jaw, your throat, your tongue. Plug into your inner feet. To come out, bring your upper back down, curl your tailbone toward your navel. Then bring your mid back down, curl your tailbone toward your navel. Then bring your low back down. Breathe in. Open your mouth, breathe out. It's wheel time. Urdhva Dhanurasana. Bring your hands alongside your ears, or you can do bridge again, that's okay too. But wheels, I like to go inhale top of my head and then exhale straighten my arms, but you could also do inhale all the way up or exhale all the way up. Come on up, wheel. Dig down into your inner feet. Wrap the fronts of your thighs in toward the midline. Spread your thumbs wide. Draw your armpits back. And release. Chin to chest, come down. Big breath in. Janet, don't bring your knees in just yet because we're still back bending. And that's kind of a forward bend. Okay, wheel, come on up. Make your hands a little wider than you normally do, especially if you feel a little tight. And then come on up. Yes. Yeah, and then wrap your elbows toward one another. Draw your armpits back and eventually bring your shoulders over your wrists. So pressing into your feet. Yes, Angela. Okay, chin to your chest. Come on down. Big juicy breath in. Big juicy breath out. Okay, come on up. Wheel number 3. Yes, I said it. You do it. Wheel number 3. Come on up. Actually, inner legs, inner feet, even more. Yes. Yes. Okay, come down. Breath in. Breath out. Okay, let's do last one. One more. The one you don't want to do is the one that changes you. Here we go. Come on up. Make it the best one ever. Go. Now the other 3 were like warm-ups for this one. Lori, come onto your tippy toes and then use that to bring your shoulders more over your wrists. Yeah, press into your toes. And then keep that as much as you can. Bring your heels back down. What? Okay, come down. Chin to your chest and release. Oh. Now hug your knees into your chest. Give yourself a squeeze. Squeeze-asana. Now it's a good time to unwind from all that back bending. The reason why we say don't bring your knees into your chest is because we're still going backwards, 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 backwards. And so this kind of unwinds some of that work in a good way now. Squeeze your knees into your chest. Give yourself some rocking side to side if that feels good. Happy baby, baby. Take a hold of the sides of your feet. Make your feet wide. There you go. And then spread your toes really wide. Spread the bones of your feet wide. And pull very gently with your arms. At the same time, press your heels and the balls of your feet toward the sky. And you can rock. Rockabye, baby. In happy baby pose. It's really Ananda Balasana. Ananda means blissful. Bala, baby. Asana, pose. Okay, I have great news. It's time for some core work. Elbow to knee abs. Bring your knees over your hips. Interlace your fingers behind your skull. So I'll bring the Albina knees more over your hips. Yar, like a 90-degree angle. Inhale, curl your head and shoulders up. Exhale, left elbow to your right knee, and then stretch out the left leg. Yeah, yep, that's right. And then switch, belly in and switch. Now, if your low back is not on the ground, curl your pubic bone toward your navel, flatten your low back onto the ground, then keep switching. Keep going. If you can touch the opposite side of your knee with your elbow, that's great. Just make sure you're not pulling on your head. Keep your eyes high and your elbows wide. Let your head rest into your arms and keep going. Yes, if you want to make it more challenging, bring your legs a little closer to the ground and your legs a little straighter. If you want to make it less challenging, you can keep your knees higher, legs higher. Keep going. 50, 49, 48, 47, 46, 45, 44, low belly in, 42, 41, 40, 39, 38, 37, 36, 35, 34, 33, 32, 31, 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, belly in, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Full body stretch. You doozed it. My daughter used to say, you doozed it. Oh, that's good stuff. Bring your knees into your chest one by one. You have a couple of ways you can transition to down dog. You can rock and roll along your spine if that feels good, and then go through a vinyasa to down dog, or you could just roll to one side and come into down dog. That's also a great way to do it. As long as you end up in down dog, it doesn't really matter, and you didn't hurt yourself, then you did a good job. Okay. Pigeon right side. Bring your right knee to your right upper arm, and then bring your right shin across in front of your left hip. Walk your left leg back. Inhale, extend your heart forward and take pigeon. Forward fold over your right leg. If this is painful for you, there are a lot of modifications for pigeon, but one modification is you could lay on your back instead and take eye of the needle, which that way is generally pretty safe. Eye of the needle is you cross your right ankle over your left thigh, and that makes a figure 4. And then your right arm goes through that figure 4. You could probably do this, Sean, where your right ankle goes over your left knee. Right ankle like a figure 4 over your left thigh. Yep, now bring your left thigh in toward your body. Yep, now reach your right arm through that triangle. You just reach the left arm, reach the right arm through. Connect with your thigh, yeah, and then bring the left hand to connect. And then feel that opening. There you go, that's it. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold. You can wiggle your hips side to side. This is an opportunity after all of that effort to find some ease. Even if this is an intense pose, can you use your breath like fingertips into the struggly parts of you to massage them open, to give them comfort? Let go in your tongue, your jaw, your throat. Soak breath down into your right hip, low back. Exhale, feel for softening, any amount. Settle in. Downward facing dog. Walk your hands back under your shoulders. Step your foot back. If it feels good, you can make a sound, or you can do some hip rolls, or you can raise your right leg up. Whatever feels good to unwind. Bring your left knee now to your left upper arm for pigeon left side. Take your time to set it up. Inhale, extend your spine. Exhale, fold. If you don't feel anything in pigeon, one thing that you can make it a little more intense is to bring your front shin parallel to the front of your mat and flex your toes. Another thing is you can curl your back toes under, stretch your leg back, and then bring your inner back thigh up and your outer back hip down. And then extend your leg and slowly lower back down, just so you feel a little more. And you can sway from side to side, just opening up in little subtle ways. To me, this pose is mostly about surrender. And letting go of resistance. Sometimes we know exactly what to do, exactly where we're being called by our entelechy. But we resist it. Sometimes we resist it by saying, oh, I can't do that, or not enough time, or maybe more subtly, like fear will come up. I'm not good enough to do that. But your entelechy knows better. You wouldn't be called to something you're not capable of. Feel the breath move right into your bones. And from your bones, let out all the effort. Down dog. Oh, sorry, I want to change this up. Let's do double pigeon. Slide your back leg around to the front and make your front shin bottom shin parallel to the front of the mat. And then bring your ankle bone over your thigh bone, and then your knee on top over your ankle, top knee over bottom ankle, and flex both sets of toes back. So Angel, you need to bring your bottom leg forward. Yeah, so that they're stacked up parallel. If that's too intense, you could simply cross your legs. Inhale, sit up tall, and it doesn't matter if your knees are stacked perfectly. One leg could be way up, and if it feels okay, you can forward fold over both legs. So Alyssa, the setup actually is that your feet are flexed, dorsiflexed back, and your shins are parallel to one another. And then the feet are flexed. So that the ankle bone goes over the thigh. So right now your foot is just a little bit inside your thigh. Now flex both feet, especially the pinky toe edge. Yes, it might feel pretty exciting. And then if it feels okay, you could forward fold from there. If it doesn't feel okay, stay where you're at and soften. If it hurts, do something completely different. If it's just intense, breathe through the intensity. But if you feel a sharp shooting pain somewhere, that's a signal to do something else. Relax your neck, Albina. There you go. You can wiggle your hips just a little. Send your sitting bones back and down. Okay, unwind all that joy. Shake your legs out. Shake, 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 and then do the other side. Opposite leg on bottom, opposite leg on top. Once I get into this pose, I have to kind of pick my hips up and slide them a little bit over to the left so that both sitting bones can root down. And then flex your toes dynamically back toward your shins, especially the pinky toe edge. Inhale, lift your heart. Some of you exhale, forward fold. Otherwise, just slide your shoulders down your back. That's a great modification, Kitson. Jackie, flex your top foot more. Jacqueline, yeah. Like that. That's the way it is. Exhale, pull your low belly in and send your sitting bones to plug in, tailbone plug into the earth. Inhale, feel for lengthening through your heart and your thigh bones. Exhale, flex the pinky toe edges of your feet back toward your shin and relax. Claire, scoop the front and back of your heart forward and up a little. Yes, keep that length. Now pull your low belly in and hinge at your hips. Yes, yes. Jonathan, relax your neck a little. Yeah. When your neck relaxes and your jaw relaxes, that sends a signal down into your hips that they can also relax. But when we hold tension in any part of us, but especially in our head and neck, it kind of is sending a signal to everywhere else. Hey, we're under tension. And so then everything will tend to grip. Okay, walk your hands back, sit up, shake your legs out. Send both legs out in front of you for a simple forward fold. Inhale, lengthen your spine. You can bend your knees a lot if you'd like. Exhale, bow forward. If you can take a hold of your big toes, fantastic. Or you can hold the sides of your feet. Inhale, find a little secret baby back bend that's in every forward bend with the curl the front of your heart a little bit forward and up, like a little baby back bend in your upper back. Keep that, pull belly in. Exhale, bow forward more. Beautiful. Roberta, relax your neck. Yes. And I noticed although not Roberta's also relaxed their neck. That's good. Draw the pinky toe edges of your feet back toward your face so that your front of your thighs are active. Relax your neck more. Slowly walk your hands back, sit up. Setting up for shoulder stand or waterfall, which is called Viparita Karani. Shoulder stand, you can show waterfall first, Albina. You want to show that? So waterfall is just a 90-degree angle with your legs. You could also have your hips on a block. That's really great modification right there. That's a great way to get an inversion without too much effort. If you're wanting a little more, shoulder stand, you use your core to lift your hips up and walk your hands to your back, elbows in, and walk your hands as close to your shoulders as you can. Lift up your inner legs and bring your toenails in line with your eyeballs. And then make Barbie toes. Flex your feet and then curl your pinky toe edges of your feet up toward the sky. Excuse me, the balls of your feet up toward the sky. Lift up through your inner legs. There you go. So Claire, pick one, either Viparita Karani or shoulder stand. If you have a tweaky neck and you know that, choose Viparita Karani. So Iyengar in Light on Yoga calls this the mother of all asanas, because it's so much going on and so much good for you when you turn your body upside down, you change your perspective, but also you reverse the flow of the lymphatic fluid, you're slightly constricting in your throat, which eventually will send this big wash of energy right into your throat chakra. Enjoy. For those of you who are in shoulder stand, if you want, you can go to plow. Toes go over your head. If your toes touch the ground, then you could release your arms along the ground. Otherwise, keep your hands on your back if your toes don't touch the ground and plow. Keep lifting your belly in and up. From plow, if you wanted to, you could bend your knees and round your spine. Eventually, you're maybe so rounded that your knees come on either side of your ears and you can squeeze your ears, cutting off the sound. And then very slowly and lovingly, using your core with absolute loving awareness, come all the way down to the ground. Simple spinal twist. Place your feet on the ground. Pick your hips up 3 inches and move them, or pick them up and move them 3 inches to the left. Bring your knees in. You can wrap your left leg over your right if you want it, and then send your knees over to the right. So they're either right together or like eagle legs with left leg on top. Mm-hmm. If you want, you can pick up your right shoulder and slide it further to the right. So there's more real estate on the ground. Take a long, slow, luxurious breath in. Exhale, rinse everything out. To come back to center, unwind your legs first, and then one leg at a time, come back to center. You can hug your knees in. Then place your feet flat again. Pick up your hips and move them 3 inches to the right. Bend your knees into your chest and either knees side by side or right leg over left. Let your knees gently fall to the left. Come back to center. First, unwind your legs, and then one knee at a time, come back to center. Hug your knees into your chest. Give yourself a loving squeeze. Shavasana. Take all the space you need. Close your eyes and go in. Take a big breath in. Open your mouth and let all the tension out. Inside of you is a blueprint. A blueprint for a potential. It's not just in some of you, it's in all of you. A part of you that's calling to the highest and best. A part of you that's ready to evolve. Inside of each of us, there are jewels. And the question for each of us is, do we have the courage to unlock the jewels, to unlock the entelechy within us? The jewels within us are hoping we'll say yes. I invite you right now, while you're open, to simply say yes. Yes to that which is inside of you, ready to come out, ready to awaken and grow. Take a deep breath in. Open your mouth, rinse it all out. And now, as if you have awakened that, start to awaken your fingers and toes. You're coming alive in a new way. Stretch out if it feels good. When you are ready, bring your knees one by one into your chest. Give yourself a big loving hug. Internally, you can say, yes, I'm ready. And slowly roll toward the screen. You can use your bottom arm as a pillow. Stay there for a breath or two. And now slowly come on up to seated. Sit up really tall. Sit up tall and radiant, like a lighthouse. Like these entelechy are awakening within you. Exhale everything out. Inhale, stretch up. Lift your arms, lift your heart. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Soft bow of your head. We'll finish with one Om together. Exhale everything out. Big inhale for Om. Bring your hands, thumb to the center of your forehead, and together we say, Namaste. Hey, great job. I'm going to, so trainees, you'll have until 1:05. I'm going to unmute you all and you can say bye.
Thank you so much.